Greetings, geeks. Welcome to episode 786 of Geeks in Space. I am Rob Commander Taco Malda, and I am joined by Chris DeBona.
Hello.
And Rob Roseboom.
Hello.
I promise I won't scream.
That's maybe
If
true.
you need to scream.
This
is our show.
This is a safe space.
No, last time when we reviewed Dune 1, I spent the whole time just wailing like a banshee.
Dune!
Yeah, so.
Well, yeah, I guess that's
and honestly, I wish they would just dial it down from like 11 to 7. And
on the screaming?
Enjoy the movie. Yeah.
Sure.
So. And the same thing with the trailer. I'm like, oh, this is, it's like, oh no, she's screaming again.
But if they weren't screaming, how would you know that they're serious?
Yeah, they're dooning.
They're tuning. They're tuning it up.
They're dooning it.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, okay, so that's the first thing on the list, the Dune trailer. It seemed a little, so the whole trailer is just basically like heroic shots of him like, I'm gonna ride a worm. I'm gonna ride that worm. And like, I guess we know that's what has to happen, right? Because that's
that's the whole point.
That's the climax, and that was like I think that was the bitch with the last movie that you were like,
it ended with a worm.
We didn't get to see him riding the worm.
Yeah, and I wanted the Stilgar. He's grabbed the big one or whatever,
Right?
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah.
But I mean, it looks like more of the same.
I like their thumpers. Their thumpers look really cool. Here, I'll find it.
They got the pug. Any movie is made 5% better by the addition of the pug.
Yeah, you call her pug or pug or.
She's the pug in our house. We call her the pug.
I didn't even know she was playing the Virginia Madsen role until now. Where's the thumper? I don't care about anything but the thumper.
I want to see thumpers in. There you go.
Yeah,
that's right.
He's like, I am going to ride a worm. I have a tool that helps me find the worm. Thump.
There were the thing to me, I guess, is there's a few scenes where he emotes a little more, and I know the character, but like I want to see a little more energy from my lead in a movie. And I did feel he was a little dull in the first movie, which I understand why, but he showed a little more enthusiasm.
He was really dull in the first one.
But it was a tone piece, right? I mean, that whole movie is like, considering all the war going on, everybody seems a little bit bored, but that's kind of the style.
Also, if he manages to stir up a little more charisma this time, I think it's good, because the story basically at this point is about how he's becoming the chosen one.
Right.
So what if he starts at humble beginnings where you don't really like him to this charismatic leader? That could actually work pretty well.
For sure.
But I don't think that was intentional. First.
Yeah, it could. It might be, but it was such a dice roll because nobody knew if they were going to actually get to make the second half of the story, And the second half of the story is kind of like what we want to see.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. That's of the upcoming movies this year. That's pretty dang high on the list. Now. I got my ticket for Guardians of the Galaxy. I'll be leaving for that when we're done recording here. And I got to tell you guys, I really
it's supposed to be good.
I haven't read anything. I'm totally blind. I don't know a single thing about it. But what I do know is that because I did not buy my seats, my tickets until Tuesday, I'm 2 seats to the left of my favorite chair.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know.
Are you gonna be okay?
Sit in your favorite chair. See if people tell you to move. You're in Ann Arbor.
Wow.
That's true.
Most people don't have the guts to say anything.
Listen, I don't want Rob to get shot. Okay,
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing you get shot for in Michigan.
It's true.
Not at Ann Arbor.
Yeah, Ann Arbor's kind of like Berkeley Light.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
I saw some footage of basically people going guns a-blazing on the road. I think it was Michigan. So.
It often is.
Other day in Michigan, people having a road pop.
I was talking to someone just the other day about the cultural difference, because when I was growing up in high school during deer season, it was common that someone would have a shotgun or a rifle in their car.
Yeah,
because they were leaving to go hunting after school,
For sure.
Yeah.
or had showed up to school after been hunting. But can you imagine if someone found out there was a rifle in the student's car now at the school parking lot? It,
I mean,
it wouldn't fly.
Yeah.
we find that out a
It
lot,
wouldn't fly.
but usually it's like after.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we live in a sad world.
Uh,
Well, let's see. The Ed Sheeran story is interesting. That's the jury found that he did not infringe on Marvin Gaye
let's
for
get it
copyright.
on.
But all of those lawsuits stress me out
Why do they stress you out?
because there's only like so many notes and there's only like so many
Oh.
patterns.
Yeah,
And
no, I mean, we were gonna get back to Pachelbel's canon eventually. Yeah, no, I'm completely with you. I think that the extent that people think that copyright applies in this world of 7.5 billion people, as if they're the only ones who could have come up with foreign notes, it's
and
absurd. You know?
so also the trend lines for lengths of songs are down now to like a little over 2 minutes. Like pop songs are short.
Oh yeah,
So if you're gonna have a core, and there's a lot of other little things like songs used to have like intros, like where you'd play some bars of like something to warm up. They don't anymore. It's just like bam, here's the hook. So
Yeah.
basically, if you got a song that has that has a hook in your 2 minute song and it shares a lot of notes with something written 30 years ago, you're open to a lawsuit. And that's crazy.
So all music now is set up on the punk format, right?
Pretty much.
Every song is at most 2 minutes long. It hits you with the hook right away, over and over again. Done.
Yeah, it's hook verse hook verse hook hook. And it used to be like verse, like an intro, a verse, a chorus, a verse, a bridge, a chorus, a verse. Like we used to have, and that would be like a 3.5 minute song. So there's like, you're down to the point where like your song is only like 12 measures of like actual notes. like you're gonna overlap. And that's just compositionally. That's not talking about like when people are doing sampling and stuff, which is a different bucket. But I don't know, man. That stresses me out.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand how you can be a creative person anymore and feel like what you're gonna do is like gonna like just be a fun thing you can do. There's an assumption of profit that somebody else wants always. I don't know. I'm
Well, I mean,
rambling.
that's true of anything that's turned into a business, though, right?
Yeah, but it's crossed a
That's just the way it
line.
goes.
It's crossed a line with music. I feel like in the last few years, there's been a few of them where I'm just like,
Oh
you,
yeah,
mm,
I mean, for sure.
yeah. I'm interested in what's going to happen with like the deep fake versions of this and like the art, the visual arts, like when the people
Oh,
are gonna
so many great
when they're
lawsuits
gonna
coming.
yeah, we're gonna
So many
see
good ones.
lawsuits because you trained on something else. But how is it that when a computer trains on something else, that's a crime? But if I just study an artist real good and then do it myself, paint it myself, that's
Yeah.
okay. Like I don't get it.
Yeah. I think you do get it. I think that they're
It's
coming for you. They're coming for your brains,
it's hard
because
to,
they
it's
want to
hard to
control it.
it's hard to legislate inspiration versus copying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, the entire copyright and patent and even trademark trade secret systems, they're riddled through with people who say, no, 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 that's
Mhm.
my idea. You don't get to have it.
For sure.
I need my tithe.
I need my tithe. I need my 10%, my 20%,
Yep.
you work for me now because you had wrong think. And I know that sounds extreme, but I mean there are people who really feel this way.
Yeah, no, it's
And apparently
weird.
the heirs of Marvin Gaye are among them.
Are among
Well,
them.
let's skip ahead to the Writers Guild story, just because that's actually got
Oh yeah.
related
Well,
stuff in that.
well, I have an important thing I wanna share with you guys
Before we
first.
leave Dune.
Yeah, before we leave Dune, I
Dune.
think I found the clip.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
not right.
I have to be careful about copyright strikes, huh?
Oh, we're already struck now. That
You think
doesn't
so?
even help anymore. They strike you now for that too.
I'm trying to get to the point where Stilgar says his stuff. He's got a big one. Is it? Or it was right around here.
Whee!
Oh. Anyway.
I think he says it before it actually shows up. They just feel the rumbling.
Whisper, whisper, whisper.
Jeff Bates. That should summon Jeff Bates.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
So before this, you think?
Yeah, I think he says it when the worm starts coming and everything starts shaking.
Yeah, so
I
right
can't
here.
remember for sure.
Only the very strong ones travel this deep.
You could just.
Oh, there.
Ready?
Oh.
Here, and go.
That's called a big one.
There. Usul has called a big one.
There you go.
I also like the one while they're attacking the base where they're like, we have worm sign, the likes of which God has not seen.
The likes of which God has never seen.
Yeah. Good lines.
Yeah.
I still kind of like that movie more than I should.
Which God has.
Sure, it's like it's the Dune we grew up with, right?
Yeah.
All the weird, quirky
Yeah.
parts of it that aren't like in the book or whatever.
Our
but
cute
are
teenager was Paul Atreides. I mean, you know, Kyle MacLachlan.
kinda.
Is what's the actor who plays Atreides in the originals?
Kyle MacLachlan?
There you go. Is when you see that actor, what is the character that you think of him as?
I always think of him as Paul Atreides.
Yeah.
Nothing else. I know other people are like, oh, Twin Peaks, or even his stint on Shield. You know.
Yeah.
But
because for me, he became the mayor
Showgirls.
from Portlandia.
Yeah, that was good. It was Showgirls. You can tell me the truth. It was
Showgirls.
Showgirls.
Yeah.
So. What about you, Rob?
No, Twin Peaks. I watch so much Twin Peaks. I love that show.
You know, my daughter was super into Twin Peaks for some reason. So when we were driving back from Utah through Snoqualmie Falls, we stopped at the falls and we were having a good time. So.
You get your Angelo Badalamenti, is that his name? The soundtrack?
I don't know. Boom, boom.
I love that soundtrack. So the Writers Guild strike is on. And one of the points that I thought was interesting is there's a whole bunch of stuff about artificial intelligence and using it to write scripts. And I hadn't thought about one of the things that they mentioned in I don't know if it's the article that I linked, but one of the many articles floating around, the think pieces going around about the Writers Guild strike. One of the concerns is that you would use AI to write 1 million rough drafts of 1 million ideas, and then you take that draft and then give it to another writer, and then you can pay that writer as doing a revision instead of paying that writer as being the originator. And that's actually that's one of their concerns, is that a producer could just write me a shitty use AI to write a shitty script for whatever ideas they want. They can have AI write as many of them as they want, and then they can have readers pick ones that are kind of okay, but not really care, because all they're trying to do is flesh out enough of the basic idea that then they give to a real writer and have them turn it into something compelling. And they can get out of paying money. Like, they can pay them a lower wage as a draft reviser and not a script or originator. That's crazy. I hadn't really thought about that particular angle before.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I mean it makes sense. I could see people doing that to save money. Kind of shitty for the people who used to do that, but
yeah.
I again, I don't know how good that would be though.
Write me a 2-page terrible script for a TV show about a couple living in an apartment above the land who is obsessed with trains and the wife character.
Oh,
Oh. Boo. Okay,
yeah.
I'll try this with ChatGPT 4. Hold on.
There you go. But that's the that's the other thing too, is that all the guardrails that they're putting into the easily accessible AIs, they're not going to exist in the ones that people are going to build up on their own. So that's a lie. You know what I mean? Like
I think I think my prompt is bad in that one because that's the one running on my laptop. Let me log into GPT-4 though. That one will probably do it. It's really GPT-4 wants to serve, so it'll say, "Hey, I'm no scriptwriter, but
that's the thing that frustrates me about those things, though, is they spend so much time caveating that it's really hard to it's annoying. It's like talking to somebody who wants to express an opinion, but knows that it might be somewhere in the vague universe of it could offend somebody somewhere, so they end up spending 99% of their words with. Now, I don't mean to offend or say something controversial, but and they spend so much time. Can we just talk? I know you're not being a jerk. Can you just talk now so we can get to the point? It's frustrating.
Whoa. Man, ChatGPT knows how to help.
Yeah. So put your screen back up.
Yeah. Here we go.
Oh, there you go. Exterior
the landlord
apartment.
and the train lady. Fade in.
Nice.
An apartment building with a sign that said Rosewood Apartments.
So yeah, you can just generate 100 of these, pick the one you like, and then you get to share credit with whoever you give the writer to do the draft. So they're afraid that the businesses will get the do you know? I don't remember the exact rules about when you see credits on a screen, the ampersand versus the word and. Model trains and memorabilia. Do you see all this? I've been collecting trains. Yeah, I mean, whatever. You could totally do this.
Yep, this is an episode of Call Me Cat.
Is it?
Call Me Cat. Pretty much. That's the spin-off with the nerdy girl from exceptionally nerdy girl from Big Bang Theory. What's her name? She did Jeopardy. I can't think of her name.
Bernadette Peters. Oh no, the other one, Kelly Cuoco.
No.
The
super
third
nerdy one.
Mayim Bialik.
Yes.
Blossom.
Oh.
Blossom.
Well, I didn't know that, but yes. There you go. I should have said it was a comedy, but yeah.
Well, they allege that show's a comedy too.
70s comedy.
Allegedly.
But this reads like an episode of it.
Indeed.
The groovy couple upstairs. All right. Okay. Jack, we got to split, and Mr. Johnson is wigging out on us.
All right, you guys talk a minute. I have to say something to my wife a moment.
Yeah.
She needs help.
All right.
Okay. Well, I mean, I hate to say it. There's a lot going on here that can replace.
Yeah. Got a boogie. This whole thing reads like someone just showed it a bunch of early 80s sitcoms.
I told it to
the
give
language
it to me,
and stuff.
70s comedy. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Never mind.
Yeah.
It makes sense now.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, why the hell?
I said, can you make it a 70s comedy? So.
All right. Yeah, good job on tone, I guess.
You add
a robot.
The landlord's wife who wants an open marriage.
Oh, great.
With the couple as well. Make it exceptionally uncomfortable.
I mean,
more
than
it already is. Yeah. You know what would be groovy?
Wish we could just groove some quiet tunes,
Hey, lovebirds.
Hey, lovebirds. All right. Now she's the one who's been obsessing.
It's easy though to like you could hand this to somebody and they could do a polish and make it at least as good as a lot of crap. I think that This is going to be the interesting thing is can the studios generate garbage scripts that are good enough for garbage productions?
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Make this happen on a space station. No, it's the Ark. This is how the Ark was made. Yeah.
This is better than the Ark.
Oh yeah, I know it's already better than the Ark. That's what the WGA is really protesting, how poor the Ark was. They couldn't believe that it was given a season 2.
They
Please
actually
move, Mr. Parker's making me uncomfortable.
As part of the settlement, the WGA wants it acknowledged that the Ark was actually written by AI. They don't want humans to take responsibility for it.
That spaceship engine's driving me crazy.
Right. All right, so we've got the trailer for Silo.
Sorry.
Did
you watch it? Did you watch Silo? Did you read the books?
I've seen the trailer.
Okay.
I didn't I don't know. It looks good. It looks okay. I don't have a knowledge of the material.
So Hugh Howey, he did the Dust Silo series, and it was really good. He was sort of the first author to really take advantage of the Kindle singles thing, and he ended up like minting money with his series about these folks who were underground. They didn't know why, and all that. So this is the story, right? That's coming out now. And I admit I watched the trailer. Did you watch the trailer, Roseboom? I don't know if you did, but yeah, it's so Apple Plus has kind of a rocky record.
They do.
For All Mankind, which was admittedly fantastic, and
Succession is, or not Succession, Severance,
which was innovative and interesting, and then they have a lot of things that are pretty pedestrian, you know, in my mind, or just outright like, wow, they spent a lot of money on that.
They spent a lot of money on Foundation.
But, boy, that's boring, you know. And I worry that Silo is going more towards Foundation than towards, you know, For All Mankind. So.
I feel like Apple TV, they know what they're doing. They're swinging for prestige.
Yeah.
That's an expensive swing of the bat. And they're directly competing with whatever's going to air on HBO on Sunday nights at 9:00, the Game of Thrones / Sopranos slot.
Yeah.
You know, they gotta they're competing with that, which, you know, you don't always do so great with that. But you know, hey, they've made a lot of stuff that at least looks cool. Like what the Jason Momoa is. That show?
Did any of you watch any of The Servant?
The M. Night Shyamalan one?
Yeah.
Is it any good?
Like the first season is kind of creepy and good, and then just kind of goes off the rails. Like he needs someone to help him with the last half of the second and all of the third act. I think that's where he leaves me, because he has some cool ideas, and The Servant is kind of cool, very creepy the first season. But
yeah. So I asked GPT-4 to give me a 2-word title for the TV series, and we have Love Station.
Oh.
So these are all competitors for the prestige television. Cosmic Tension.
Ooh.
Space Passion. Station Seduction. No. Zero Gravity. Intergalactic Tangle. Space Dilemma. Or Orbit Affair.
Did it come up with, what was it, Avenue 7?
It did. It came up with Station 6 Love Triangle, because it first gave me just a pile that were not constrained. So I got Cosmic Conundrum, The Station Stalemate, Zero Gravity Love Affairs, Love and Betrayal in Outer Space, The Space Station Struggle, Star-Crossed Lovers, The Intergalactic Love Dilemma, Love in the Void, Space Romance Dilemma, Station 6 Love Triangle is the closest avenue. Q. Roseboom's muted, but he probably knows that.
I do now. I was going to say, is one of them Lost in Personal Space, or is that not?
Oh, that's a good one. Ooh. See, this is why the WGA has nothing to worry about.
Right.
So long as they've got people like you, like AI is going to be always like, oh no.
But I think that the argument is that you can take
Lost in personal space.
Lost in personal.
You can take somebody like Rob and you can turn something mediocre that has bones that you own into something sparkly if you can find somebody like Rob who's willing to do the heavy lifting on that. I don't know.
Here we go. I had it rewrite it with that title.
Well, I
You're watching
assume
the
this is still
holographic
about
view.
wife swapping in space, right? As long as, because otherwise it doesn't make quite as good a title.
Look, she used it. She used it in her.
I feel like we're lost in personal space. Oh, that's so awkward. I'm
Right
so awkward.
Frustrated. All right.
It's gonna happen, man.
Yeah, so Silo's coming out. I mean, I'm gonna give it a chance, of course, because
Yeah.
you know you have to. I mean, I watched The Ark.
Yeah,
I
well.
watched this.
Did either of you give Mrs. Davis a try yet?
Not
No.
yet.
Not yet.
Check out the first episode or two. It's
It's
super
about
busy.
the wife of Garfield cartoonist Jim Davis, right?
yes, who oddly enough loves lasagna and Mondays.
Huh.
Yeah. So it's weird.
Yeah, it's
Loves
hard.
No,
Mondays, you say?
I spent what little free time I had getting through Dungeons and Dragons, the movie.
Well, that
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that tonight.
I wanted to talk about that one.
Is it good?
Yeah, today
It's
too.
good, right? It's not awful, right?
Well, let's go through and we'll talk about the end or something.
All right.
Okay, yeah, there we go. We got the Spider-Verse trailer.
Yep.
Oh wait, no, we got the smart toilet.
Yeah, because we have to have all things toilet related.
Yep.
On the show.
Yeah.
It's our mandate by the
Yep.
government.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it monitors your heart while you pop a squat.
I'm glad.
So if you're sitting there wondering if you have a heart attack, it could tell you.
But only while
I
you're
mean,
sitting on the
not
toilet.
Precisely. Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go. I
So,
like how
you know-
it shows you the seat with the circuits. So it's really important that you don't hit the circuit board or you'll be electrocuted. Sorry, that's just the price of health.
And also, now I imagine a lot of people collapsing, and instead of getting a cold rag, it's like, quick, get them on the toilet so we
Yeah.
can see if they're okay.
Yeah, no. And if it thinks your heart's arrhythmic, you know, when you go to flush, it sends a shock through your heart and then
Yeah.
through your butt, you know?
Yeah.
So,
In case you're in VFib, and they could just see
Yeah,
shock you.
exactly.
Oh,
Boom.
yeah.
Oh. You know?
I know the next upgrade.
Yeah, exactly. Or they'll put like a little you know, metal pad at the top of the flappy part of the seat, you
Mhm.
know? And then when you lean back, it's like, well, looks like you need to restart. Boom. And you know, if you're constipated, it probably would help you get that last bit out, you know? Because
You know,
there's-
laugh
through
all
the
you-
power of electricity.
Laugh all you want, but this might have saved the king of rock and roll.
Elvis?
Elvis
Yeah.
might be here today if he
Elvis
had this
didn't die of
toilet.
constipation. It was
He
an
died
overdose.
on the toilet.
Yeah, but it was an overdose. I don't think this
But
could have
we're
done anything
talking
the
about the electrical charge that restarts your heart in this thing.
Ah,
true. That's true.
zap.
You know what it needs? It needs both a Narcan and an epinephrine needle. So
Those
One in
needles that
each butt
shoot out.
cheek.
yeah, just like, or it goes right into your frenulum, you know, into your taint.
Dude.
You know? 'Cause I'd imagine that's like connected to everything, right? Right, like that's your fast route to your heart, right?
I don't think there's a major blood vessel running directly to your taint. As it's not, you know,
No, but there's
particularly usely to the body.
oh no, there's the cardioid. Oh, what's the one that's inside the leg?
The aortic?
Femoral artery.
The
Oh,
femoral. Yeah, so it has like little needles next to your femoral, and it's just boom, boom, you know. And then and he could even send a little stent up, you know, if it's smart enough.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it could have saved the King of Pop if it not the King of Pop. That was a different thing. The King of Rock and Roll if they had like Narcan or epinephrine, right? So, because I'm assuming he had a heart
See?
attack following an overdose, right?
Yep.
Ambaloo's picking up what I'm dropping down.
Yeah, I know. We've been talking about T-Fib for
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, your grandfather died on the toilet. No, that sucks. Well, sorry, Ambalo.
He needed this toilet seat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to get on it. We're gonna have to get inventing, guys.
You know, we've spec'd out quite a few features for this toilet seat that don't exist yet. So. I
also
think they only cleared monitoring. Right.
Also, it's gonna write movies for you while you poo.
Actually,
right.
not a bad idea.
Please add
Do
a
some of my best
smart
thinking on the
toilet
John.
seat to the space station and regenerate the script. There you go. I'm so glad I paid extra for ChatGPT Plus.
That's the one that has the option to generate new episodes of the Foundation series for Apple TV.
I feel like we're lost in personal space. Just then, the smart toilet seat beeps. That's weird.
Oh.
Why is the smart toilet seat beeping? I don't know. Maybe it needs maintenance.
It's awkward.
Next day, interior, bathroom day. Jim walks to the bathroom, looks at the smart toilet seat. The seat displays a message. Warning, malfunction detected. Please contact maintenance. Just great. Just what we need. A malfunctioning toilet seat. And then the landlord comes in.
Is there a laugh track with this, or do you think we're just playing it straight?
I can ask it to add a laugh track.
Ooh, yeah.
As Mr. Parker works on the smart toilet seat, he begins to make inappropriate comments to Lisa.
It's funny that it won't write them. It just says he makes it.
No. He starts. He's,
oh.
Lisa, you look especially beautiful today. That outfit suits you well.
Oh, good. So ChatGPT can write problematic dialogue for us.
Yeah, I mean,
well, now we really are out of work.
Yeah.
The new Spider-Verse trailer looks good.
Yeah. I haven't watched this one. I watched the last one. It was really something. So
that was a great movie.
I want that.
A great movie.
I want that sequel to be good.
Everything.
It does seem like they're leaning a little harder into the artistic stylization stuff. Like it's like even one click more comic booky than the first one was.
Yeah, I mean, because they were trying to maintain a style for every individual Spider-Man, and this one looks like it has like 1 billion Spider-Men, so they're just going to change styles 1 billion times. It's a little nutty.
It is a little bit crazy, and normally wouldn't be a thing that I dig, but I think they are taking advantage of that. This is an animated thing about multiverse, so you can really do it up way better than you can with live action. So I think that's an interesting choice and probably the right one for the kind of movie this is.
Yeah.
He's aged a little bit. I like how they aged him.
Yeah,
just scotch.
This would be hilarious.
Spider Cafe.
Spider-Man.
We're at a Spider-Man bar. Where are you the Spider-Man from?
Yeah, they're going to do all the things in this movie that in like 5 years when they hire a new Kang, they're going to do the same thing with Kang. And it's not going to be nearly as good as whatever they do here.
Have any of you read any of the rumors about the Fantastic Four? What is supposed to be happening with it?
No. What's happening?
Oh, so there was a new rumor thing out. They supposedly have cast everyone, and the rumor is that Mila Kunis is playing a female Thing. They're making the Thing a girl.
Whoa.
This time around, and and Mila Kunis is the Thing.
That's gonna make a lot of people mad.
Do you think it'll make comic book nerds mad?
I don't know. I mean,
I think that could be awesome.
Everyone thinks she's incredible, right? So why is it so weird? I mean, I think they'll be more like, okay, so it's really important to me that the Thing's a dude, but Mila Kunis is really hot, and I really like her. I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. The problem is she's Mila Kunis, but if she's a big, stone Mila Kunis, she's not as,
orange rock monster. She's not as hot as she used to be.
Nope.
So I think it's one of those things that could work. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
They have Margot Robbie as Sue Storm,
and Adam Driver is supposed to be Mr. Fantastic.
I can see that. He can play the dick that you need.
They're not going to bring back
John Krasinski.
No,
they were talking about it, but now
he's too old.
Insider guy is like, no, it's Adam Driver.
Yeah, I think there's a rumor of Margot Robbie as Sue Storm, but I think it's just like someone messing around with Midjourney in it. Or is she it?
That was also in this leak that That's because according to the leak, they had them all cast already.
Who's
Margot Robbie, Storm.
who's
I can't
Johnny?
remember who was Johnny Blaze.
Is it Debbie Dix?
I said I can't. No, I don't remember who it was.
Huh.
I was more focusing on the Adam Driver was Mr. Fantastic, but mostly about Mila being the thing. It filled me with glee because I know people are going to scream if that really is happening.
Yeah, that one doesn't bother me. I feel
Paul
like
Mescal
Yep.
as the Flame.
Oh, you know what? He was really good. What is it? After Sun? Is that what he was in recently?
I've never heard of him.
No, I
Paul
want.
Mescal. Huh? Paul Mescal.
Yeah, he's he was in After Sun. He's.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if in that movie at least, he does not have Johnny Blaze energy. That movie is all about him wrestling with depression and trying to like, like find himself or something. But
Okay.
I'd like to see him in something upbeat.
Okay.
But
yeah, well, I doubt they're gonna have like a morose Johnny Storm.
Right.
Really. That's a weird.
I
Like
mean, he has
just
to be cocky and
a sad Human Torch, so they have to constantly get off the couch.
sad
depressed Human Torch.
Yeah, and he just has like oven mitts stapled to this couch so he doesn't set it on fire,
Flame
and he's just
on.
laying there.
Flame on.
Flame on, I guess. Flame on, I guess.
No,
it's like you guys only care for me when I'm
on fire. See, that's the thing is that Thing has to be the depressed
Come on,
one.
Mila.
Thing has to be all
I know
morose.
it sucks.
Like actually, that part of it fits more because a huge.
Mila's
part of
my
the
only
Thing's
friend.
story
She's the only one who's fireproof.
Is how sad he is that he's a monster, right?
Right.
So if you take a hot girl and you turn her into a monster, that fits that.
Well, I mean, it worked for Rocket Raccoon. They took Bradley Cooper and they turned him into a sad little raccoon who's angry all the time. I hate to say it, maybe the WGA has something to fear from this artificial intelligence right here, Mr. Roseman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just saying. If
That's
we
right.
unioned up, we should probably get on the lines.
Do we have anything
We're
else?
no scabs.
Do we have anything else that we want to cover? Is there any good media?
Oh, we should start calling things AI scabs.
AI
like
scabs.
in these discussions. Yeah. AI
Skybs.
Scab.
I was just trying to do it, trying to think of a clever.
Scab eyes. Skybs.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh yeah, Blue linked to the Babylon 5 rumor.
Yep.
Oh no.
You should put that up.
Animated series.
You know what? Good. That's the way they should do it.
Wasn't the first one an animated series though? Really?
I mean, it had some of the first CGI on TV, but
yeah, I will go ahead and I'll just say it. There were parts of season 1 Babylon 5 that were very the Ark like. Its quality.
Arkish.
It was Ark adjacent, in its quality. That first season. So
after they establish the characters and figure out their groove, there's probably like 2 or 3 seasons where I absolutely love Babylon.
Oh yeah, I know Babylon 5 season 2 through 4. Right. Give it to me, baby.
Okay, this says TV show, or this says movie. Oh wow, I like that better.
But then it got
season 5,
season 1 way off the rails again.
Yeah,
everything that you liked about it became like, oh, all right. There's a bigger thing going on now.
Yeah, it was. It's funny because there's a lot of theories, and we've discussed them on the show in the many thousands of episodes we've had. Before, but he was constantly under threat of being canceled, and so his 5-year arc he had to tighten up, because he was taking it easy season 1, and then he was like, oh shit, I have to fit 4 years in 3 years time, and I'm not even sure I'm gonna get the full season, so I got to make it tight, and it got good because he was tight, and they're like, oh yeah, we'll give you another season, and he's like, well,
but
I found this stuff in my smart toilet that I can put in it,
All right,
and I found these actors outside from the Ark. Can we just bring them in? No.
Smart toilet, I order you to inject me with heroin. Go! We're writing.
And then they did the follow-on, Crusaders.
Yeah, that was rough.
Oh
yeah. What was it? It was something. Yeah, I can't remember.
Crusades.
Crusader. Yeah. Had
Yeah.
the guy with the British accent who was really annoying.
I did not care for that.
Oof, it was rough.
9.
Is the one thing I didn't get from this, is it a continuation or is it just a total reboot?
I have no idea.
This doesn't say. But if you're animating it, you can do anything you want.
Yeah, it's Babylon 7. Yeah. Babylon 9.
Babylon 5.3.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a reboot, huh?
That's probably for the best.
Oh, Straczynski.
I got so he was one of the best interviewees that we ever had at Slashdot.
He's a neat guy.
He's a really friendly guy and always like just willing to do stuff like that.
Yeah, he was a great interview.
He knows his deal.
And he stayed a good guy. Like a lot of like what was his name, Glazer, and the other guy from Stargate. There's some really neat people who are just like, we're nerds. We're making nerd shows.
Yep.
So
exactly.
like, good for you, man. You know.
All right, I'm gonna go pack up and go try to catch a movie.
Do it.
I'll let you know if Guardians of the Galaxy is worth it next time.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Rob Roseboom.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Chris DeBona.
Good luck on your smart toilet.
That's right.
Take it with you to the movie.
That's right. Yeah, it's mounted in every chair in the theater. It's awkward. All right. Well, thank you for listening to episode 786 of Geeks in Space. I was Rob Commander Taco Malda, and we'll see you next time.
Lost in personal space.
Lost in personal space.